Welcome to Odaiba.
L-9, very famous Japanese age of the ISS satellite, which holds 3 huge massive piece of this is a real unit, the name of the astronaut. Look at this, to land to the moon. This is a real satellite and signature for deep space. This is Hayabusa engine. This is module IoT Forge. You won't believe, but we are get back to Japan, Tokyo. And we are on Odaiba Island. This is artificial island, and this is Miraikan. So we are getting back to Miraikan, and the thing is, don't worry, we're not going to repeat our exhibition tour for Miraikan. It's about the spatial exhibition about deep space. They hosted only this fall 2025, and I'm going to visit to attend this session, this special exhibition. So I hope you like it, because I have very promising feelings. And welcome back to our channel. IoT Forge welcomes all new subscribers. Thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and see you just in a minute, guys. Here we go to do some brief overview of Odaiba Island and how it was built. I think it would be interesting information, historical. So the next few minutes will be dedicated to history of building Odaiba artificial island in Tokyo, Japan. Thank you. See and watch.
Imagine a futuristic island shimmering in Tokyo Bay, connected to the city by a sweeping bridge of light. This is Odaiba, a massive artificial island in Tokyo. Originally built as a chain of fortresses in the 1880s to protect the city. Over the years, this quiet fort transformed into a vibrant urban playground, showcasing Japan's blend of history and innovation. Welcome to Odaiba, Tokyo's playground of the future. In the present day, Odaiba is bursting with attractions. As we cross the iconic Rainbow Bridge, the skyline unfolds. Fuji TV's sphere-topped headquarters stands proudly a symbol of bold architecture. Just beyond, a replica Statue of Liberty greets visitors along the waterfront, adding a whimsical international touch. And on the island streets, a towering Gundam robot, 19.7 meters tall, guards the diverse city Plaza Mall, embodying the area's love of pop culture and technology. But Odaiba isn't just about big structure, it's about interactive experiences. At the Miraikan, the National Museum of Emerging Science and Innovation opened in 2001, curious minds of all ages exploring cutting-edge science and robotics firsthand. Nearby, digital art comes alive. The famed TeamLab exhibits has drawn such huge crowds that visitors often wait in long lines for its mind-bending interactive art show. From indoor theme parks like Joy Polis to hands-on tech showcases, Odaiba offers something for everyone. Odaiba started as 19th century seaport, has evolved into a leisure hotspot, home to museums, malls, and even giant robots. One of the few places in Tokyo with an accessible urban beach, Odaiba's waterfront offers sunset views of Tokyo skyline and Rainbow Bridge. Despite its fun-loving vibe, Odaiba also carries cultural and historical significance. It was one of the venues for the Tokyo 2020 Olympics, hosting beach volleyball on its sandy shore and triathlon swimming in the bay, a moment when the world's eye turned to this island. The modern district demonstrates how Tokyo boldly repurposes its past. What began as a defensive island built by samurai-era engineers has become a showcase of peace, creativity, and international exchange. And the story isn't over. Odaiba continues to reinvent itself. Up next, an enormous waterfront fountain is stated to bloom here. By 2026, a 150-meter wide choreographed water and light show with a cherry blossom-shaped base. Planners expected to dazzle millions of visitors each year, adding a new crown jewel to Odaiba's nighttime skyline.
Getting inside. So I was told it's on the first floor, and you can see a very special poster here about this special exhibition, To the Moon and Beyond, special exhibition Deep Space. Okay, see you soon, folks. After some confusion and inconvenience, I changed my regular Miraikan ticket to this one, special exhibition. It took some time, so moving forward. Let's see what we have here. So we go to the entrance to special exhibition. Okay, so you could watch a video, like short movie film about Japanese research of the space and how they progress with the space program. Now we got inside, and here is a real piece of Japanese rocket, JAXA and H3, I believe, module option. So here is our overall exhibition of how people progress with space exploration and research. First item we meet here is very cool. This is LE9 engine for the H3 rocket, first stage engine. So here is a piece, outer component of the rocket, which landed and it was picked up in the ocean. And you see it's quite big one, piece of real rocket. Here is again the reduced in size scaled view of Japan rocket. Its description. Many things are in Japanese again. So this is very famous Japanese H3 rocket. And if we move forward, here are more examples of Japanese rockets, and we'll probably get closer to see more details here. Meanwhile, here is a overview of evolution of Japanese rockets from back to 1955. You see how it looked like, to all the progress to 80s, 90s, 2000s, and as a result the next generation H2B rocket. And look how it differs from other rockets, right? We get closer to the overview of rockets again. These the components and the real cover for tunnel cover in the rocket. Not a very big, but it's solid piece of cover, and this is feed line cover for the rocket. Good news, interesting, it's all the real stuff. This is some example of, this is insulation material, actual fragment, and you can touch it. It's quite firm, yeah. It's not like foam, so it's very, very firm. Here we have actual baffle. Okay, you can see the real result. And here is the view of International Space Station, ISS. So this is the scaled version of International Space Station. Look how huge it's in, not like real size, but in terms of all these components, blocks, solar panels. Imagine how big it's in real life. And this is Japanese mission to the space station. Here we have HVX satellite scale version, and description of its history, more examples of different satellites and their block, their components. I really love it that all these scaled versions are done with real touch to the detail, attention to the detail. And here's one more. So this is GoSat GW. You see how big are the solar panels, and one more satellite here. So technically the special exhibition is dedicated only to the space conquer and space research revolution. Here is QPS, so I don't know what is that. So if you know, please put some comments after you watch the video. So you see scale model 1 to 6. Again, if you know the purpose of this stuff, please let us know. One more satellite which is called Strix, and the scale model is 1 to 4. Very interesting. This is overall history of rocket development, and you also could hear on the background there is a video about different satellites I showed and how they were used. So you could see different rockets from different countries. Here is the stand with models of interstellar technology rocket and Space One. So all the description of these rockets in Japanese again. But while I was looking on this rocket, look at this, a real real size, not a scale model, parachute for the models which get back from the space to Earth. It's a real size, huge one, and this is the actual module which gets back from the space to the Earth. Look at this huge, massive piece of metal and technology all together. I'm going to go inside and show you how it looks and feel inside. Look at this. This is a real unit, evacuation unit out of the space station module. Interesting stuff. So this is spacesuit, Sokol suit, the actual unit. Imagine. So this is a real suit which had traveled to space and back, was protecting the astronaut, and this particular model is called Sokol, and I think you can see the name of the astronaut who was using the suit. It was from the orbital environment and lifestyle, let's say. It shows how people live there. So this is Japanese astronaut who lives several. Look at this guy. I'm going to get closer to it to share details with you. Look at this big guy. So this is huge Lunar Rover by Toyota. So I'm now at scale 0.5 and it's really huge, so it wheels like half of me, maybe even more. So let's see how it looks from different angles. This is some details and videos about JAXA program, Lunar Expedition program for Japan. And you see different stuff related to this expedition. And here is our guy, the video about the usage and leverage and capabilities of Lunar Rover. This is Slim, the ICU. Okay, so this is smart lander for investigating the moon. So this is one of the components to land to the moon. Here we go, it's gorgeous. So this is a real big, huge display. You see how many people, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people standing in front of this screen. Really high resolution, and it shows surfaces of different planets. So this is Mars. You can stand here and you'll see how it look and feel to be on Mars. Very cool. Let me go closer. So when you stand close, it's really fantastic experience. Here is we're going to get stunning Martian landscapes. So some information about Mars. Very cool. I mean, like when you stand it in front of the screen, it's so realistic. Like you go fly over the Mars. Very cool. I have a full-size MMX satellite. It's quite big one. It's huge left and right satellite. Oh, sorry, solar panels. Components of the satellite again. The examples of the surface it collects. More stuff about space exploration with satellites and different job they do. This is the view how satellite 1 to 6 model could do the research on the orbit of planets, more satellites again, and this is definitely about antennas to send signals to the deep space. So here is more and more stuff about satellites. So I noticed a lot of stuff related to satellites, but this is quite expected. This is Hayabusa ion engine, okay, and this is 1 to 1,000 asteroid Itokawa. Imagine 1 to 1,000. More satellite stuff again. This is Hayabusa 2. Here is one more asteroid, I believe. Yes, this is asteroid Ryugu. And it's 1 to 3,000. Imagine 3,000 bigger than this guy. And this one is Subaru telescope. Okay, so built by Subaru, and this is how it is built inside. This is module which was developed for X-ray and imaging spectroscopy mission. Real component, real size. Various devices used for space research, X-ray. This one is the ultra compact autofocus, again, X-ray observation center. The space, the stars, which was filmed very powerful telescopes. I don't want to interrupt them, but it's very gorgeous, and you see. You see some real pictures of the space and space-related stuff. There is more video material of Japan space industry technology progress and how they launch rockets. Very cool. This is gift shop, and you can find various stuff, plush toys, t-shirts, different small stuff, pencils, keychain. Yeah, a lot of cool stuff. Okay, so we are leaving the area of this spatial deep space exhibition, and give me some time, I will give you my overview of that experience. What I found outside of the Miraikan, so this is a cool bonus. This is Mirai Park. It's a very small space like this, one round room. You can get there and see some cool stuff, try different experiences, and even this small car. So that's really interesting, nice. IoT Forge. This is my brief, fair overview of this special exhibition about deep space research, about moon space program in Japan, and in general how Japan was evolving, progressing in the research of the space. I think it is cool. It's not long one. It takes probably 30-40 minutes. It's based on how you're going to go into details. If you go in deep, listen, review everything, it will probably take longer. Good thing, which is a really nice option they provide. I mean, like the Miraikan Museum, you can get audio modules in your language, and you'll get all the detailed information about each item in this exhibition. So this is very cool and awesome. So you get all the information, because you probably notice many of the signs in Japanese, so they have only name of the item in Japanese. So this audio module could be really valuable and helpful. So I really encourage anybody who is in Japan, in Tokyo, to visit this spatial exhibition if you have that chance opportunity. If no, maybe wait another spatial exhibition. But in general, Miraikan definitely a destination worth to visit. So if you're in Tokyo, go to Miraikan. Thank you, IoT Forge. Thumbs up, subscribe, and see you